Well, hello everybody. As you can see, my camera's a little bit different. I am trying. I guess I didn't realize that the Rebel T3i doesn't have um, a clean HDMI output, which I wish I knew that before. But shows how much I know. And the only way I can get it to be as clean as this is to go to the video record and actually push like the record button. So like, and then I do that and it drops in quality a little bit. So like, I don't know what I'm gonna do about that at the moment, but we're on a DSLR and kind of getting things moving. But anyway, something I found very interesting, and I think I've done a video on this before. It's been a hot minute, but shark finning. Um, I came across this and it's really been kind of getting big recently. And it says Brazilian officials confiscated over 63,000 pounds of shark fins that were destined for Asian markets, according to reports. Federal authorities in Brazil seized more than 63,200 pounds or 28,700 kilograms of shark fins on Monday, June 19th, in what may be the world's largest ever confiscation of illegal shark fins, according to officials in IBAMA, an federal agency under Brazil's Ministry of the Environment. Shark finning is the practice of cutting off a live shark's fins and usually throwing the rest of the shark back into the ocean. These fins are sold to Asian countries, which they are used for traditional Chinese medicine or served as a delicacy in shark fin soup, and can fetch upwards of $591 per kilogram, $1,313 per pound in the market. Though shark fishing is currently banned across Brazil, some fisheries still illegally catch these apex predators in certain areas, IBAMA officials said. This practice is already recurrent in Brazil. J.R. Smith, director of IBAMA, told Reuters, whatever. We had some years ago the finding of about 7 or 8 metric tons of shark seized in Para State, which is similar method of finning. Seized in Para State, okay, meaning that the rest of the shark was thrown back into the ocean. Roughly 10,000 sharks, predominantly blue sharks and shortfin makos, were likely killed to amass the fins seized at the most recent bust. IBAMA officials estimate the shortfin mako is considered endangered. More than 95% of the fins were seized from a single unnamed exporting company located in Santa Catarina, along the southern coast of Brazil, while the rest were confiscated from another unnamed company operating out of Sao Paulo, I can't pronounce that, International Airport, according to... So, man, this is going on and it's going crazy. And I looked into this because the reason I had looked into it before was because I was like, I remember doing a video on like Florida just banned finning. And I was like, that doesn't seem right. Well, I looked into it and said that I found this, which was very recent. Senate passes ban on U.S. shark fin trade on World Oceans Day. So, press release date, June 8th, 2021. Why did I think it was 2023? That doesn't make any sense. Isn't that what it said right there? Oh, December 2022. But, here it is. On June 23rd, 2023, the U.S. Senate passed the Shark Fin Sales Elimination Act, which would ban the buying and selling of shark fins in the U.S. The bill is part of a broader legislation package known as the United States Innovation and Competition Act. Shark Stewards has been a leader in reducing the shark fin trade since 2006, supporting banning the trade in Rhode Island, leading the bill to stop the trade of shark fins in Monta Gills in Nevada, and supporting the successful New Jersey shark fin ban. The Shark Finning Prohibition Act of 2000 and the Shark Conservation Act of 2010 have also banned the act of shark finning in U.S. waters and the transport of U.S. flagged vessels of shark fins not naturally attached to a shark carcass. A poll released by Oceans last year showed that nearly 9 in 10 registered American voters oppose the practice of shark finning, and almost 80% support legislation to ban the sale and trade of shark fins throughout the United States. That's the worst part of shark finning for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, the whole thing sucks. But, like, we're talking about these people, they catch these sharks, and then they just take the fins and dump the rest. Especially talking about the short fin mako. Short fin mako tastes great. What are you talking? Why are you throwing the whole thing back? It doesn't make sense to me at all. I understand that there's cultural differences. There's some cultural differences that I don't give a shit about. And the reason I don't give a shit about that is because I live in a place where I believe my values are most closely met. Even if I don't like everything in it. I live in the United States, and the United States values are as close to my values as possible. And a lot of these other countries don't have those values. So people are like, well, it's a different culture. Well, there are certain cultural differences that I don't give a shit about. It's one thing if, like, they, have to do something because it's the only, the thing they have to, like, the Inuit hunting seals. Do I like people hunting seals? No. But it's an animal just like any other animal. And as long as they do it ethically, I think nowadays you have the ability to do so. You used to not be able to. You should be able to live your life the way you want, but you're not. You shouldn't be able to have the ability to completely wipe a species out. That should be something that's like kind of more protected. And then like whaling is another huge one. How the fuck is there still whaling? Like, excuse my language, but Jesus Christ, like whales are smart. Dolphins, orcas, they're super smart. They're like right up there with us. Great apes too. And we're sitting there like we're just killing them. It's I know people are like, well, what's the difference between that and a cow? There's a difference between that and a cow. But like a cetacean is way smarter than a cow. There's a little bit more, like, it's not saying that they don't have anything. Just to me, in my mind, it's different. Maybe I'm wrong. But that's where I draw the line. And I don't necessarily, that's the way it is. And I still don't understand how they're able to do it the way they are. And not only that, but wiping them out completely. Like sharks, like they said 10,000 of these sharks between short fin makos and blue sharks. What oceanic whitetip populations have dropped down so dramatically over the past few years that it's like, it's devastating. Like it's super bad. But like these aren't any like cultural significance. These are getting used in dick pills, and like the upper echelon of society is eating these. Like shark fin soup is a delicacy. It's not like an everyday thing. It's a delicacy. There are some things that like if you put, I don't know, I want a rhino steak. How outraged would you be if someone ordered a rhino steak? Like honestly, like there's only a few more of these guys left, and it's like every year we hear about another subspecies that is gone, and then all of a sudden someone's like, I want a rhino, I want to eat that. We freak out over stuff like that, but not over sharks. People freak out about whales a little bit more, but that's kind of out of our control a little bit. Most of the stuff is just out of our control. Most of the stuff is other countries not having the same values as us. Think about that. What I said about the values earlier. If you're like, why is this country doing this? And you were like, oh, the U.S. just went in the right way in, banning shark fin sales. There's a reason why you live in the United States if you do. Or there's a reason why people want to be here. Our values, are different than these countries. I'm not saying if you're in those countries, your values aren't the same as mine. So I'm not going to say that we're better or worse because, it's a matter of opinion at that point. It's a matter of personal opinion. But in my personal opinion, finning is wrong and wasteful. If you were eating a whole shark and it was sustainable, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But you're wasting stuff. You're wasting it. And that is one of the biggest problems, besides just the fact that no one cares about sharks. So this really doesn't get as much press coverage as a lot of other things. Even though it says, what, 80-90% of the voters or the people polled, agree that finning is bad. It's pretty good. I mean, at least the U.S. is doing something about it. And we got to be the world's fucking police, sadly. I don't like that, but I don't know. It's very interesting to me that this stuff is just happening now. But, yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know if, I can't tell how it's going to end up on here. I mean, the quality looks a little better. It's in sync with my voice, but I got a couple more things to figure out first. But anyway, I will see you on the next one. Stay wild.